Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody here. I'm here with the third layout using the Feed Your Craft kit that I've been working with here recently. These photos that I've pulled out today, well, obviously it's a Project Life spread, but the photos that I'm using are some photos from July 4th. And I thought it would work really well with this kit. If you've been watching my videos, though I did take a break because life's been crazy here recently. But if you've watched my videos over the last 3 or 4 weeks, you would have seen the unboxing. And if you missed that, go in the description box below and you'll be able to see all the links to those videos. But if you have looked at this kit already, it's kind of a magic themed kit. So there's a lot of things like a fairy godmother wand. There's one that says like in search of a fairy godmother. There's the card here that has the castle. There's just a lot of like magic themed, it says like make a wish and things like that on the stamp set and the die cuts. Well, I was looking through the photos, kind of trying to figure out what to scrapbook, and I found these photos from July 4th, and I've kind of been working with these on and off. And I thought that they would work really well with this kit. So yes, there's nothing really magical necessarily about July 4th, but we always do fireworks and we always kind of do our own at the house, and we always have sparklers and things like that. And I could really make some of these magic themed things work with the 4th of July theme. So as you can see here, I am doing some repeat stamping. I just flipped one of the cards in the kit over because it has a dot grid on the back, and I thought that that would be a nice background for some repeat stamping. So I am using the Fairy Godmother wand here to do some repeat stamping, and then I am using just a kind of sparkly yellow jelly roll pen to do a little bit of color on the sparklers. You can barely see it, but it adds just a slight bit of yellow, which kind of ties into that card in the top left. And so I'm using this Fairy Godmother wand to kind of replicate the look of the sparklers, and I think it worked perfectly. I'm just going to use a little bit of this blue piece of a card that I had cut out. I had cut the sentiment out of, so I just had the background of the card left. So I'm going to use that to create a banner here, and then I'm also going to do a little bit more stamping and then some fussy cutting here in a moment. But I'm using the title of July 4th right here on this blue, and then I kind of created a banner out of it. And then I'm using these little tiny black tile alphas that I got from Walmart, and I'm writing out shenanigans. So it's going to say July 4th shenanigans, and I just put that on a scrap piece of paper so I could make sure all the letters were lined up and make sure I could get that centered on that card without having to continuously move those letters around and around and around. So as I said, I'm doing additional stamping here. I was really kind of trying to use the stamp set a lot. I love stamp sets, but I am that person that if it's not out, I won't use it. So I try to utilize the stamps when I have them out. That way I can make sure that they're used. They're not just put up and then never used. And then with that being said, I'm trying to remember to keep a couple different stamp sets out and not always use the same stamp sets, but kind of like rotate them. So when I had this stamp set out, it's the one that came in the kit, but I went ahead and stamped that Burn Bright on the top right photo, and that's going to be the only embellishment there, but it's perfect because it's like a photo of the fireworks going off in the street. And we were just doing some of the ground ones, like I think it's like the Roman candle, and I can't remember all the names of them, but it's the ones that, just only go up about 5 or 6 feet or so. So I thought the Burn Bright stamp was perfect for that. I just fussy cut that off of some white cardstock. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom left here. I did add the label on the bottom right that just says friends, and those were actually our old neighbors, so it's perfect. And then I'm going to take that wand again and do a stamping on this blue piece that's left over and fussy cut that out. And then I'm also going to stamp the stamp that says make light. I believe it's supposed to be like a little set of matches, but I'm just going to use it down here at the bottom and then layer my little fussy cut sparklers, what I'm calling sparklers, on top of that. And then I am going to pull out a few alphas here and just put the alphas right along the line of the road in this photo. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but you can definitely see it more in person. And I'm just going to line that up in front of Kaylin, right beside where his sparkler is sitting, or in his hand on the photo, and put that on the line of the street in the photo. So it's going to be kind of diagonally and go right into the fussy cut wand and make light little stamp die cut that I made myself. Now, the great thing about this kit, if you're not familiar with the Feed Your Craft kits, is that you get the digital files as well. So The die cuts are the ones that I printed and cut myself. I don't have a die cutting machine, or not an electronic die cutting machine anyways, but I've cut them out myself, but it was actually fairly easy. I just kind of turned on some YouTube and did it one day. But the great thing is that you also have the cards as well. So you can print 18 copies of these cards and die cuts and use them continuously over and over and over again. And then, of course, you get some physical product in the mail with the cards and the stamp set. So again, you can continuously use these things over and over and over again. And I think it is fantastic. I think the Feed Your Craft kit is one of those kits that you could really subscribe to and get it, and then have the digital files and just make sure you save them and then just continuously use them in your scrapping continuously, over the years and the months. So I'll read you my journaling here right before we end. It says, and this card is from LA Studio. This is the only card that I had pulled in that wasn't from the kit. It's just I thought it was nice. It said, I thank my lucky stars. And then it says, the 4th of July is such a fun holiday to spend with family and friends. This year is our last one at the townhouse, so we made a day of it. A neighborhood cookout, then fireworks in the street. Grandma and I love setting off all the fireworks for the kids. And that kind of tells you a little bit about the day. And that really finishes out this layout, just kind of taking a look at it to see if there's anything else I want to add, but we're good to go. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. And I really encourage you to look at the kits and the stamp sets that you have and see if you can adapt them for something different than what they were intended. So this was intended for magical things or fairy tale kind of things, but I was able to really adapt it and use it for 4th of July. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you later. Bye.